Hello everybody, welcome back to 366 Days of Hope. My name is Pearl and I'm here to share our next video, Vege-Tapa recipe. Guys, I didn't have time to be videotaping myself while my husband was cooking because I just had a whole host of things going on that day and I just wanted to just focus on him cooking. But nonetheless, I wanted to go ahead and share it with you guys, so here it is. The first thing my husband did was he minced some garlic and he ended up chopping some onions. And he made sure that they were chunky because he wanted them to break up and get a lot of flavor. He put it on medium-high and sauteed it in oil. And then he wanted to make sure that the onions broke apart. Once they were soft, he added lemon, pepper, and he added onion powder to this and sauteed it. And once this was sauteed and thoroughly cooked, he then added some diced tomatoes. This was from a can, and then he just mixed it up and he set it aside. In the meantime, he halved some black olives, and then he ended up dicing up some diakon radishes, as you see him here, and he made them into like little strips, almost like julienne strips, but not quite. And then he set that aside, and then he peeled a zucchini, and then he cut them in half moons, as you see here. And then he set that all in a bowl and he set it aside for later. And in the meantime, he ended up addressing the tomato saute he made, and he cooked out basically the liquid. And then he just went back and let it saute for a while as he chopped up the rest of his vegetables, just like he's doing right here with the carrots, doing half moons and quarters. It really didn't matter how he cut them. But then he started to add the carrots in with the saute, since they're the ones that tend to take a longer time to cook. And so then he added a little bit of soy sauce and stirred it up. And once he got that base, he then started to kind of make sure he mixed everything up and turned down the heat. He then went ahead and chopped up more of his vegetables, like the mushrooms here, and he did them in sixths, dices, I guess you could say, and he just chopped them all up and then he added them to the dish, and then he made sure that they were cooked. Next, he drained the cannellini beans, and honestly, these were the best beans to go with this stew personally, and they really added the thickness and the flavor. So I highly suggest that you do these beans, but it's up to you. You can grab whatever you want. And then, of course, the best thing is, of course, the Vege-Tapa. Now, you can get this from the Philippines, or you can get this at some of the food markets around. We had some left over, so we went ahead and just used it up, and we sliced them into long strips. And they're amazing. You could fry these, but we decided to put it in this stew, and it was delicious. So he went ahead and just added in the rest of the tapa meat, and then he added the broth that it was going to sit in. So he used better than bouillon, and it was the vegetable broth, and he just used like a tablespoon and added water to it, mixed it up, and then he added it to the wok and basically had it sit in there. He turned the heat to medium and mixed everything together, and then he prepared basically the Napa cabbage leaves, or the Chinese cabbage, however you want to call them, and he basically chopped it all up into strips and then tossed it in on top just to cook out. So all the rest of the vegetables that usually take a few minutes to just wilt or don't take a lot of cooking process, he covered it up and just let it cook out until it came to a boil. And this dish, guys, like smelled so good, and it was so delicious. It was even better the next day because all the flavors really sat in together. And honestly, it was just that simple. And it paired really well with rice. So if you're a big fan, this is something to definitely try. And of course, you have to taste test this. If you've liked these videos, please like and share. Thanks, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that encourages you to get creative in the kitchen and to just start exploring the world of, different foods that are out there and just start putting some things together. the thing is, we just keep learning, and my husband definitely loves to just throw stuff together and just explore and expand my palate. But it turned out amazing, guys. It was so good. So nonetheless, with that said, may you live, thrive, and be healthy. Take care, guys. Bye.